Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west, a gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright, the father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play, Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones, Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider, the quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez, Javi to B-Mac, Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog, he won 355, could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking, the top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy, the big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler, Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni, yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35. The Great 44, or 755. And old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
I state your name.
I state your name.
Do hereby pledge allegiance to the
Armchair.
with liberty for all.
You're in Braves Country.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention now to the area in front of the pitcher's mound for tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
You can't drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
What the hell's going on out here? Well, scared because his eyelids are jammed and his old man's here.
We need a live rooster to take the curse off Jose's glove, and nobody seems to know what to get Millie for their wedding present. We're dealing with a lot of
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing, Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's inside. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
People will come. They'll come for reasons they can't even fathom. Not knowing for sure why they're doing it. They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children longing for the past. Sit in shirt sleeves on a perfect afternoon. They have reserved seats somewhere along one of the baseline. Back when they were children, cheered their heroes. It'll be as if they'd dipped themselves in magic waters. The memories will be so thick, they'll have to brush them away from their faces. People will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers, and erased like a blackboard. Rebuilt and erased again. Baseball to mark the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come. People will most definitely come.
We're all told at some point in time we can no longer play the children's game. We just don't know when that's going to be. Some of us are told at 18, some of us are told at 40. But we're all told.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Which team do you play for?
Well, I'm a...
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Here's a list of the players we'll be inviting to camp.
I never heard of half of these guys. And the ones I do know are way past their prime.
Most of these guys never had a prime.
This guy here is dead.
Cross him off, then.
The local press seems to think we'd save everyone a lot of time and trouble if we just went out and shot ourselves.
We got uniforms and everything.
You know, you might think about taking Jesus Christ as your savior instead of fooling around with all this stuff.
I like him very much. He no help with curveball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
Is baseball?
But I'll tell you, these fans are great. Listen to them. Hey, way to go, Rick. All of Ohio loves you. Come on, baby. Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
The game doesn't stink. It's a great game.
If you build it, he will come.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light pure. I love them. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red and the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball! Good seats, eh, buddy? He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys. Pour you a cold one. It's time for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the Atlanta Braves are on the road again. We're set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, the classic call, Braves Country Baseball. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. It's time to put it all aside for what should be a great game here on the diamond. As we take you out to the old ballpark, kick up your feet, let's take a journey back to the golden age of radio baseball. We'll do our best to paint the picture as the game goes along. Roll call is on the way. It's time to join the country club, join in the fun. It's time to chop along. Go ahead and put your game face on. Here are the starting lineups for today's action. Leading off for your Atlanta Braves, Drake Baldwin, the designated hitter. 9 home runs, 30 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .305. Ozzie Albies batting second, playing second. 8 home runs, 23 RBI, a .329 average. Matt Olson batting third, playing first. 13 home runs, 33 RBI, batting .308. Michael Harris II is in left field. 7 home runs, 22 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .306. And Mauricio Dubon will be patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves. 2 home runs, 20 RBI, a .268 clip. Austin Riley at third base with 5 home runs, 22 RBI, a .207 average, 3 stolen bases. The Yaz is batting seventh and in right. 6 RBI, 1 stolen base, .206 clip. Sean Murphy 0 for 3 on the year. He is batting 8th and batting 9th. Jarvis is at shortstop getting his first start. Getting his first action, I should say. They called him up today and they DFA'd Azakar. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Martin Perez. For those wondering, Grant Holmes was supposed to start. He has been pushed back to next week. You could see him out of the bullpen. We'll see how that goes going forward. But he had not gotten through 5 in 3 of his last 4 starts with an ERA of almost 6. Martin Perez is 2-1 with a 2.22 ERA and a .99 whip. 28 innings, 19 strikeouts, 3 home runs, 10 walks given up, 18 hits allowed. He'll be going head-to-head with Brian Wu, who's 1-2 in the 4.61 ERA and a 107 whip. 41 innings, 29 strikeouts, 38 hits allowed, 6 walks, 6 home runs served. Backing up Wu in the bottom of the first inning, J.P. Crawford. 4 home runs, including 2 in this series on back-to-back nights. 11 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .210. Cal Raleigh batting second, the designated hitter. 7 home runs, 18 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .180. Julio Rodriguez is in center field and batting third. 4 home runs, 16 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .260. Josh Naylor batting cleanup, playing first. 4 home runs, 17 RBI. Randy Arozarena in left field, batting fifth. 3 home run and 12 RBI. And Cole Young is at second with 3 home runs, 19 RBI. Connor Joe gets the start in right field today. Connor Joe is 4 for 19 with a .211 average, 1 home run, 3 RBI. Parada 0 for 3 on the year. He's getting the start behind the plate. And Luis Rivas is batting 9th and at third. He's got a 136 average with 7 RBI. Calling balls and strikes tonight behind the plate, it's Ryan Addison. Your first base umpire, Ryan Wills. Second base will be manned by Lance Barksdale. And down the third base line, it's Will Little. Game time temperatures here in Atlanta's road game in Seattle. here at a 4:10 first pitch. They're expected to be at about 65 degrees today, the wind blowing out to dead center at 7 to 10 miles an hour. Your Atlanta Braves are plus 117 on the money line. Seattle minus 126. The over-under is 8. Our pick to click today against the Seattle Mariners and Brian Wu on the mound. There's only 2 guys in the lineup who have ever seen Wu. Dubon and Yastrzemski. We'll go with the hotter hand. Mauricio Dubon is 4 for 11 lifetime with a 364 average and 2 strikeouts. We'll take Dubon to click in the middle of this lineup today. By the way, Yastrzemski, who's just 2 for 8 lifetime, he does have a home run. Is this the day that he gets a home run to start his season here with the Braves? We'll take your Atlanta Braves to win this one. I think we're going to put some runs on the board today. It'll take a while for the offense to get going, but eventually, Atlanta 6, Seattle 3. Make sure to put your clicks in the chat. One more time, we're going to have a moment of silence for Ted Turner.
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday, and if we win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to turn around for us.
Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day Superstation, bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 300 play-by-play games right here on the BCR. Please like and subscribe today. Don't forget to hype the videos. It helps the smaller stations to bring folks in so we can all root this great game on together. Join the country club today, and a special thanks to all the members in the country club. You help support the BCR.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
All right, roll call. We see Chris Football in the house. Gary, the real McCoy Country Club member. Good to see you, Glenn. William, SSAJ. We got Taylor in here as well. Mark, Ricky, Ricardo. Lucy, he's home. Justin Green. Yes, Chris Dubon is playing in center field once again. More on why the Braves made their move after we get through this. See who else we have here. Space Monkey, WCF, good to see you, sir. Hope you're enjoying that shirt. I know a few other people have inboxed us and told us that they've received some of their gear and they really like it, which is good to, always good to know that. Adam Batman Westbury in the house. By the way, has anyone heard from Up and Adams? I haven't seen him in a while. Oswaldo Iron Lung, listening at work with a stiff cup of vodka, telling people it's water and everything around there. Sugar, good to see ya. Sugar Wookie? Okay. I like Wookie better, so Wookie, good to see ya. Or is it, I guess it's Wookie probably for Star Wars maybe. Tim is in the house. See if we have anybody else in here that we might have missed. I think I saw Taylor. Gary says he's listening from South Carolina. Always good to know where you're listening from. Butter's in here. Heart warmer. Missed the memo. Acuna's been on the IL for the whole week. Heart warmer. They hope it's a quick stint. Scott, country club member, YouTube handler, Troy. Gina. Velvet. Joe Johnson. Live long. Ricky. I think that's everybody. We'll be back in a flash. Real quick reset. And then it's pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of those Atlanta Braves.
Brooklyn, 1846. In our sundown perambulations of late, through the outer parts of Brooklyn, we have observed several parties of youngsters playing base, a certain game of ball. Let us go forth a while and get better air in our lungs. Let us leave our close rooms. The game of ball is glorious.
It is played everywhere, in parks and playgrounds and prison yards, in back alleys and farmers' fields, by small boys and old men, raw amateurs and millionaire professionals. It is a leisurely game that demands blinding speed, the only game in which the defense has the ball. It follows the season, the fond expectancy of springtime and ending with the hard facts of autumn.
Because we've been playing it fundamentally the same way for so long, the way that we can find the benchmarks that cross generations and cross decades is to be able to use these statistics as if they were labels. They aren't numbers. 300 hitter is not a number. The 300 hitter is a tag that means something today, as it did in 1930, as it did in 1890. I can make that comparison with my father, who could have made it with his father, that common language.
It's our game, America's game.
We'd spit tobacco juice on a spike wound, rub dirt in it, and get out there and play.
Baseball's a gentleman's sport. Sportsmanship spoke from the heart of America.
It is a haunted game in which every player is measured against the ghosts of all who have gone before. Most of all, it is about time and timelessness, speed and grace, failure and loss, imperishable hope and coming home.
Somebody sat down and said, hey, it ought to be 90 feet. If it were 88 feet, the game would be very different. Think of the double plays. If it were 94 feet, batting averages would drop remarkably. 90 feet, that was a pick from heaven.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Baseball serves the same purpose as a revolution in Central America or a thunderstorm on a hot day. A tonic, an exercise. So long as it remains our national game, America will abide no monarchy, and anarchy will be too slow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flash in the sky was visible within a radius of several hundred miles, and the noise of the impact was heard as far north as
Chicago, Illinois.
We have dispatched a special mobile unit to the scene, and we'll have our commentator give you a word picture of the scene as soon as he can reach there.
Reports observing several explosions occurring at regular intervals and moving toward the Earth with enormous velocity, like a jet of blue flame shot from a gun.
Crosley Service estimated that 32 million people were listening in on radios.
Quietly, and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
the BCR, your home for the classic call, radio baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another ball game. Yes, sir. Why, we'll send you the play-by-play. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Braves count.
Seattle Mariners will be wearing their home whites, top to bottom. Mariners across the chest in navy, outlined in neon green. Blue ball caps, the silver S with the Mariner logo in the center. One of your better logos in baseball. And your Atlanta Braves will be wearing their road grays, top to bottom. Atlanta across the chest in red, outlined in navy. Same with the tomahawk underneath, striped in gold. Same with the letters on the back, or excuse me, the numbers on the back, the letters in navy. Navy ball cap and the white A representing the city of Atlanta, Georgia. We're off and running. Thank you, TaylorMade. Appreciate the channel support. Drake Baldwin will be leading us off. Left to right across your outfield for the Seattle Mariners will be Arozarena, Julio, and Connor Joe. Around the horn, third to first, Rivas, J.P. Crawford, Cole Young, and Josh Naylor. His brother Bo with the Cleveland Guardians. And Parada's behind the plate for the first time in this series. Just 3 at-bats this year. He's 0 for 3. And Brian Woo is on the bump. Wind blowing out. There was threat of rain in the air, but it looks like they're going to keep the roof open. And we're set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. Brian Woo comes set. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. And the first pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Waiting for the 3D to kick in. It looks like it has. So we'll pull the curtain up. The 0-1 turns and clicks. Swing. Fouls that four-seamer. 94 up top. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Royal Pete in here. Good to see you. The 0-2 pitch. Infield back into the right. Four-seamer. Way outside, high and wide. It's 1-2. One-two to Baldwin. Who comes set. From the left side of the bump, the 1-2 pitch. Slider down and away, and it is 2-2. So 2-2 count. Just getting going here Top of the first inning. The pitch, swing, lifts it. High and out of play over the third base dugout. Two count. Ozzie Albies on deck. Olsen is in the hole. Wind continues to blow out to center field. We'll see around 10 miles an hour. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Chase the slider off the plate, and there's one away. You got to figure the first time through the order is going to be a learning curve for the Braves batters. Mentioned in the pregame, only two of these batters have ever seen Brian Wu, and that's Dubon and Yastrzemski. Considering that Dubon was in his division, no surprise there, and of course Yastrzemski played out west with the Giants. First pitch is four-seam fastball, high and out of the zone. It's 1-0 to Ozzie Albies. Good to see you. My man Nathaniel Brooks getting in here today. The 1-0. This is high. Outside, ball 2-0. Ozzie Albies batting .329 on the year. The 2-0 count. Check swing. Did he go around? Four-seam fastball. He did not. Ball 3-0. The 3-0 from Wu. Swing rips it down the first base line, but plenty foul. Just past the dugout over there, 3-1. Braves will have a day off tomorrow as we head to Los Angeles to take on the Dodgers Friday night. And they have shuffled the pitching rotation. For now, the way it looks, now they could make a change in that, but the 3-1 pitch, swing pops it up. And that'll be a can of corn. Bad swing by Ozzie in there on his hands. On a 3-1 count, you got to let that one go, 2 away. I think that's the next step of Ozzie Albies being just an absolute elite hitter. When he gets to the point of understanding that when he has a 3-1 count, you don't swing at that stuff in on your hands like that. But he's off to a good start, and you can't ask for anything more. 2 up, 2 down, and Matt Olson, the batter. So right now what it looks like on the Braves pitching rotation versus the Dodgers is the first pitch, four-seam fastball. Upstairs for a strike, it's 0-1. They've moved Chris Sale up to Friday night, Strider to Saturday night, and it looks like it'll be Bryce Elder being jumped into Sunday versus the Dodgers. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. That'll give J.R. Ritchie a little over a week off between starts, assuming they do keep him up. Remember, he walked 6 guys the other night. All in all, did not pitch a terrible game. I felt like they left him in an inning too late as the 1-1 fouls it back. It's 1-2. We talked about that during the ball game, but you know, youngster like that got through 5 innings with his control kind of all over the place. Probably should have just called it a night. But he'll get a week off, and his next start will be at home. I think that's a much better idea than having him dealing with all these emotions, being a rookie, and then have to go into Dodger Stadiums on Mother's Day. The 1-2, misses high, 2-2. Dodger Stadium on Mother's Day, and Richie's parents live on the West Coast. We might get a perfect game. We also might get them ran out of the first inning. The 2-2 count. Good to see you, AY. Braves nothing, Mariners nothing. A full count to Olsen. The payoff pitch, if nothing else, they're making Wu work. This will be pitch number 17. Swing. Fouls it away. Four-seam fastball. 95 in on his hands. Do it again. That's a pitch there that Olsen has to swing at, and that's about where that pitch was that Ozzie swung out with the count in his favor, and that's the big difference. When Ozzie makes that next step, look out. When are we extending him, by the way? The payoff pitch, check swing, punches it down the line, just foul. We almost lucked into the extra bases there. They are playing the Braves back into the right, and there's a huge hole down that left field line. He just kind of peppered it down that way. It's just a little bit more to the right. He's running for days. The payoff pitch, swing, lifts it foul. We'll do it again. Brian Wu, 6'2", 205-pounder out of Oakland, California. Drafted by the Mariners in 21 in the 6th round. The payoff pitch. Outside wide, ball 4. So the Ice House will get things going here. Michael Harris II, the batter. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball, 96. Inside, it's 0-1. The 0-1 count. There are some day games going on. We'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard here in a little bit. Tampa did beat Toronto. That game is in the books, 3-0. The 0-1 to Harris. Brings it. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. The 0-2 to Harris. Pitch high and inside, four-seam fastball. The 1-2, Michael digging in, Olsen at first. The pitch. Swing lifts it high and deep into center field, but right there at the warning track is Julio Rodriguez. Julio down in the schoolyard making the catch, but the Braves put some pitches on Wu. That's not nothing. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0. It'll be Martin Perez on the bump for the Bravos.
Just so flippin' thankful you guys are enjoying my videos, because I thought I was about to have to start doing astrology content. Ew, right? I'm not that desperate yet. When I apologize to my husband for being a little crazy, I don't want him to say it's okay. The proper response is, you are not crazy, my perfect, beautiful, mentally stable wife.
Every month I put $40 on my kid's lunch account. It lasts my son all month. It lasts my little girl like 2.5 weeks. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? So I called the school. They said, well, right now she's got like 38 juice boxes on her tab. I'm like, that sounds excessive. So I said, what's up? Are you doing a juice cleanse, baby? And she's like, no, I'm buying those for all of my friends. I'm like, who are you, T-Pain? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. I ain't got finances to be funding a apple juice bottle service at the elementary school. So I called my wife. I'm pissed. I'm like, damn, she's got your spending habits. And she's like, what do you mean? And I told her. And she was like, that sounds like you every Wednesday night at Applebee's. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I'm driving up there now to put $40 more on it, because real recognize real.
Mike Schmidt, a lot of people seem to think he's nonchalant when he misses a ground ball, but Mike Schmidt is as dedicated baseball player as I've ever played with, and I played with some darn good ones.
First thing Pete addressed to Mike was, when we used to look across you in the field and see you at third, we said, man, this guy's special. And right away you could see Schmidt's eyes light up like, really? Because Schmidt never believed he was as good as he was.
To me, that just made my chest come out further and made me feel more confident as a player, and he was a fantastic teammate.
The club made a change at the top, bringing in Dallas Green as their new manager, with a look towards turning the page to 1980.
He was looking to get the best out of his players, of course. Heck, and as it turned out, it worked.
Welcome back. Martin Perez, the left-hander, fires the first pitch inside track for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, rolls it over to second. Ozzie will scoop it up. Nice little soft toss over there to Matt Olson, 4-3 to get you going here on a Wednesday afternoon here in Braves country. Martin Perez will now face Cal Raleigh from the right side of the plate, the switch hitting catcher, but has really done more designated hitting roles in this year than he did last year. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Walloped towards left field. Back just before the warning track. A hard hit. Out to Michael Harris. 2 down. Until Raleigh's not quite where he wants to be with that swing. Typically, that ball last year is leaving the building. He just got on top of it. He hit it hard, but too much top, and it went into the glove of Harris. Julio Rodriguez to the plate. First pitch upstairs. 4-seam strike. It's 0-1. Didn't like the call, but it was right there. If he challenges at that, they're showing it on the Seattle Vision. It's probably going to be a win for Seattle, but it's way too close this early in the game. The 0-1. Misses 1-1. The 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 1-2. The 2-2. Caught, looking, strike 3. Enter track, and that'll end the inning. That was a little inside. He's not going to challenge it. We'll take it. We'll be back in a flash. What are y'all sipping on a Wednesday afternoon here in Braves country?
Afternoon, everybody. What a day. I use a drink. Nothing like a cold one after a long day, huh?
So, how much do you drink?
I think I'm good for about 10 or 12.
10 or 12 a week? That's not bad.
About a week.
You drink 10 or 12 beers a day?
You counting beers, too?
How reckless of me. I made you all wet.
Yes, but my martini's still dry.
She turned out to be a part-time model and a full-time pickpocket. Oh, yeah. I've been known to drink a beer or two. But then again, I've been known to do a lot of things.
You drinking anymore? Oh, me? No, I quit drinking, dude.
You never gonna drink again?
Nope.
You wanna stop at the bar by the Chinese restaurant? Just get a quick shot, me and you, and then we'll go? Yeah, the bar they got in the back.
The Chinese bar? Okay. What's shaking?
All 4 cheeks and a couple of chins.
I thought you said they didn't have alcohol.
Run back to your mix master. Cook up a few more of these.
Cigarette?
No, I never touch her.
Yeah. I suck them down like Coca-Cola.
I expose people to magic. I expose them to something they're never otherwise going to see in their boring, normal lives. And I gave that to them. I may forget about them tomorrow, but they'll live with that memory for the rest of their lives. And that's a gift, man.
One of the women said that she was afraid she might OD.
I thought that was a lemon drop. I didn't think it was tequila.
What's that got to do with me?
You and me are going to have a small talk later on.
I'll be busy thinking of things to say.
Doesn't your wife ever complain that you never spend any time with her?
Would you? Could you keep it down to a low roar? Some of us have to work.
Put that money down, pal.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
There goes the 2 weeks at camp. I promised the kids this summer.
My birthday, give me a beer, stick a candle in it, and I'll blow out my liver.
Here's to feeling good all the time.
Perfect. Cheers.
Cheers.
This crowd back into it now.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way, swinging by Mauricio Dubon. In and over the sinker, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, 4-seam fastball, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, 4-seam fastball. Man, he made him look silly on that one. 1 away. One up, one down, and Austin Riley coming to the plate. McKenna saw the comments. I don't know what was said, but some hippie was talking about bad karma. Bad karma about what? I don't know what you're talking about. First pitch on the way is a chopper down the right field line. Check swing, foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Wu comes set, turns and fires. Swing, chopper down the line. It's 0-2. If we believed in karma, the entire city of Washington, D.C. would be in jail right now. The 0-2 count. Brings it. Called on the outer edge. You got to start challenging these pitches by home plate umpire Ryan Addington. He has got a wide zone today. To my count, I'm going to start keeping track of it. That's the fourth one he's blown in this game. For both sides total. You'd like to see someone start making some comments in the Braves dugout of, hey, if you know it's off the plate, don't be scared. The first pitch is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Now, I don't want to do it when we got 3-0 count and 2 outs and it's a soft hitter at the bottom of the lineup. But when it's a big spot, you might as well go for it. The 1-0. Swing and a miss is 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Brian Wu comes set. Yaz still looking for his first home run of the year, the 1-1. Misses high, ball 2-2 and 195 miles an hour. He does have a home run against Wu, 2 for 8 lifetime. Yaz wearing the football style black grease under the eyes today. The 2-1 right there. First strike, it's 2-2. Infield back and to the right. Anything that he punches down the left field line could be 3 bases. I was about to say 2, but it could be 3 bases the way the infield is set. In the outfield, left fielder Rosarena will have a long way to go. The 2-2. Swing, pops it up. Kind of chase that one up the ladder. It'll go back into the crowd. We'll do it again. Bad news is the Braves have not scored. The good news is Wu is about to throw his 36th pitch. Sean Murphy is standing on deck. Yeah, he's just trying to keep that line moving. And get into this Seattle bullpen that's been used quite a bit the last few nights. The 2-2. Time is called by the Yaz. He'll step out of the... No, it's going to be an automatic ball. Excuse me. Thought they were given a time... And Wu is arguing with Addington. You're not going to win that argument, but he's probably saying something to the effect of, how the hell do you know? You haven't called a right pitch all day long. The 2-2 count. Wu comes set. Pitch 37. Swing, pops it up. That'll stay in the infield can of corn. Who wants it? J.P. Crawford, the shortstop, F6 in your scorecard. Back in a flash. Braves nothing, Mariners nothing. Bottom of the second we go.
In the South, drinking and driving does not apply to dirt roads. And if you ever hit the ditch and get stuck, I got a buddy that'll come pull you out for a pack of Marlboro Reds and a 6-pack of Natty Daddies. In the South, it's best not to ask somebody about their car unless you want to hear about all the work they've done to it over the past 25 years. In the South, if you see a cop, it's common courtesy to flash every driver you see after that to let them know that there's danger ahead. You ever seen a lawnmower going down the highway going 75 miles an hour? Do you drink your sweet tea out of mason jars? You ever seen a fight break out at a cornhole tournament? Do you or somebody you know have a finger missing because they held a firecracker too long? You might be from the South. You see a Subaru with an AC unit strapped in the back windshield, you're in the right place. If you see a John Deere tractor in the Wendy's drive-thru, you're probably in the right place. If husband and wife start looking more like brother and sister, you done got lost. That ain't the South I'm talking about. You in the wrong place.
The thing that slowly dawns on us after we watch a number of games is the absence of a clock. It's one of the several things that are quite unique about this game. There's nothing ticking away out there. We don't look at the clock and say this game is soon going to be over. The game might be over soon and not for hours or not ever, in effect. If you keep hitting, you'll live forever because the last out will never come. I'm 70 years old now, and soon I will remember what Casey said when he was 75. He said, most people my age are dead, and you could look it up.
Casey Stengel was starting to show his age. He sometimes dozed off during games.
began to mutter about his younger players. The youth of America, he said, you tell them, here is the opportunity. And the youth of America says, where is the money? In July of 1965, the Mets organized an Old Timers Day to coincide with Stengel's 75th birthday. There were no Met Old Timers. The National League veterans who turned out had all been Dodgers or Giants.
Welcome back. Atlanta nothing, Seattle nothing. We go to the bottom of the second inning. First pitch on the way. Josh Naylor is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 swing, bangs it down the line, foul, 1-1. Showing up on the pitch track that first pitch was a miss strike as well. We keep two of them going. Well, actually, three technically is the 1-1 inside, 2-1. One is connected to the MLB broadcast. The other one is connected to the scoreboard. And the other one is an ABS special. It's supposed to be pretty indicative of where it is. The 2-1 pitch swing. Fouls the sinker off the plate, 2-2. Rosarena is on deck. Young in the hole. Braves nothing, Seattle nothing. Quick timeout called. The 2-2 from Perez. Southpaw turns and kicks. Caught looking strike three. Punched him out right there at the knees. One down. Good slider there by Perez. And there's one up, one down. One up, one down. Randy Arozarena batting .265 on the year, 774 OPS. Takes the first pitch cutter off the plate. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Right there, smacks the black. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, swing. Grounds it to Riley over at third. He'll flip it to Olsen at first. 5-3, 2 down. Martin Perez is off to a pretty good start. He's just 15 pitches in through an inning and 2/3. His counterpart through 2 innings, 36 pitches. A little north of where you want to be as a starting pitcher. First pitch on the way, swing. That ball's hammered over to first. A one-hopper, hard-hit ball, and Matt Olson dives at the bag and could not get to it. Good hustle by Young. Head first dive by Olson. The ball was smoked, and it brought Olson to the ground. When he leaped up to first, he was hoping that Perez was covering the bag, but Perez got a late jump, and Cole Young can run. And you got to look at a couple of things. A, that ball was hit deep into the hole. Olson fell to the ground. If he keeps his feet, he's going to get there. But Perez, the southpaw, he is heading towards third base on his delivery, so by the time he turned and spun, he had no chance. So the first hit of the day for the Mariners, curveball is right there to Connor Joe. It's 1-0. Connor Joe, that's one of those ones where that ball was hit in the right place at the right time. The Braves are going to challenge that, and they will win that challenge. The 0-1, upstairs for a strike, cutter, it's 0-2. 0-2 count. Connor Joe, 33-year-old out of San Diego, California, drafted by the Pirates He's also played for Colorado and San Fran. The 0-2 pitch, swing lifted into right field, and the running catch is made by the Yaz, and that'll end the inning. So pretty good start for Perez. 19 pitches, 2 innings. We'll be back in a flash and put Wu back to work.
Excuse me, sir. Why are you a Mets fan?
I'm not.
Pains me to have to say this to you, but there's a chance I may not be here at 11. But you have to stand up for what you believe in. We have very strict policies in the Channel 7 News Department. The Girl Scouts called and said, Bill, it's that time of year again. Cookies. They, the little girls, will start knocking on doors this Friday. Could you give us a little plug? About 50,000 little girls. We need your help, big fella. Well, I'm sorry, ladies, but Channel 7 does not allow me to plug you, your pushy little scouts, or your cookies on news programs. I cannot tell viewers about your brand new pecan shorties made of rich shortbread, slow baked to perfection with crisp pecans, or those mouth-watering chocolate chunk drops of heaven that literally melt in your mouth. Boss says I can't describe, the tagalongs, two marvelous tastes in one, real peanut butter smothered in rich, vulgar old chocolate. No, the boss rule, don't mention bonds, those luscious Samoas. They're vanilla numbers rolled in toasted coconut. You do that and you'll be fired. No Billy at 5 or 11. It'll be Dana and Robbie if you mention those sinfully delectable little trefoils.
Next at bat, I didn't get my arms extended all the way. They were a little chicken arm, a little kind of here.
Well hit to right again. Is this number 2?
Hit it good. Thought it was a home run.
Off the top of the wall. He missed number 2 by inches.
It's very difficult for a position player to dominate a game. He's only going to get 4, maybe 5 at-bats, right? Well, it just was one of those games where everything clicked.
Slaps it. Red makes a fine play and comes home. What a play!
You give me 50 chances, I couldn't have made that play. But I made it that day.
Yeah, you can smile, George. Why not?
Still, despite Brett's heroics, Toronto got to Brett Saberhagen and took a 5-3 lead into the bottom of the 6th, only for Brett to find himself with a big opportunity when he came up with a runner on.
Nothing your score. Sean Murphy coming to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch swinging, rolls it over to third. It's a slow hopper, but we know Murphy does not run well. Throw over to first. Throws it into the running lane. Naylor and Murphy almost collide. They avoid that issue, and there's one away. Throw took Naylor into the running lane. I mean, that was close. Those two, you talk about devastating injury for both clubs. Josh Naylor is an offensive weapon for the Mariners, and the Braves just got Sean Murphy back, and Jonah Heim was scooped up off waivers from the Athletics. Jim Jarvis making his debut, major league debut, the 25-year-old, batting .305 down in Gwinnett. Takes the first pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Jarvis, the 1-0, misses, 2-0. Jarvis, 5'9", 190-pounder. From San Diego, California. Went to college in Alabama. The 2-0 swing. Peppers it back to the backstop. It's 2-1. So all you Tide fans, he's one of you. Jim Jarvis. The 2-1 pitch. Inside 3-1. I think what I like the most about his numbers, we saw him quite a bit in the minor leagues the last few years as well from the spring training games. The 3-1 pitch swing, slaps it over to short, and Crawford's got it, a high throw. He'll barely get Jarvis by about a step. 6-3, 2 down. Man, Josh Naylor, he's had quite the eventful afternoon over there so far. Jarvis's numbers, the thing that jumps off me the most about him is that this year in AAA, he was batting with an .863 OPS. I mean, that's elite. Now, we know it's AAA as the first pitch to Drake Baldwin. Swung on, fouled back. It's 0-1. But in 33 games, 128 at bats down there on the farm. Jarvis has 4 home runs and 6 doubles. The 0-1 pitch. High to the Drake. 1-1. 2 down, top of the third. He also has this year 15 stolen bases. This is Jarvis. The 1-1 pitch. Swing, lifts it into right field. Fly ball easily caught on the run by Connor Joe, and that'll end the inning. So Jarvis got a little bit of, won't call him a 5-tool stud coming up from the farm, but he's definitely got some prospects going. We'll be back in a flash. Braves Country Radio. 0-0 your score. Bottom of the third. Seattle's turn when we return. Welcome back. First pitch on the way is a cutter to Parada, the backstop for the Seattle Mariners. It's 0-1. The 0-1 lefty-righty. Pitch down and in. 1-1. 1-1 count. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Yeah, Chris, if you go back and look at some of them, they're pretty funny, man. They claim national titles in the 30s where they've lost like 5 games. The 1-2 pitch, check swing, down and away, 2-2. But they would give national titles away till about the late 1960s. There really wasn't a governing body per se as the 2-2 swing. Lifts it into left field, down for a base hit. And it's a leadoff single for the Mariners. And so you would have local newspapers vote their team in for the national title, and teams like Alabama and others have claimed that. Heck, Tennessee, I remember I lived in Tennessee, and the Volunteers had a national title that they claimed where they got smoked in their bowl game by, I think it was Maryland. And it was a blowout, and they claimed the national title there. First pitch is inside to Rivas. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0 count. Giants have just tied up San Diego 1-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Looks like that was a home run by Devers. This is the 1-0 outside wide ball 2-0. Dodgers are pounding Houston 12-2. I think they're in the 9th inning. It's hard for me to see. The 2-0 count. Swing. Hard hit ball down the line underneath the glove of Riley. Harris will come over and fire the ball into the infield. They've got runners at second and third, and nobody out, and Martin Perez is in trouble with the top of the order coming to the plate. Talking about bringing up old stuff. Chris talking about a college football game from 100 years ago. First pitch on the way. It's upstairs for a cutter. It's 0-1. You gotta love college football fans. You're talking about 100 years ago. They weren't even throwing the ball forward. The 0-1. Check swing. Did he go around? Did not. 1-1. Well, 1-1 count. Swing and a miss changeup. It's 1-2. Lefty-lefty matchup. The infield is playing back the 1-2 pitch. Down and in, 2-2. Glad to see that. Typically, the Braves will pull the infield in. They're willing to give up the run if they can get the out, the 2-2. In the dirt, 3-2. He's pitching around Crawford, but on deck is the right-handed power bat of Cal Raleigh. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. 3-2 from Perez. And he walks him. So nibbling the zone against Crawford's going to load the bases. Now you got to try to play double play depth. Hope for the best with Cal Raleigh coming to the plate. He's off to a slow start, but you know it's not going to last long. Batting 179, but he does have 7 home runs already. So a dangerous spot here in the game. Lefty-righty, first pitch swinging, chases the four-seam. It's 0-1. I think sometimes pitchers and catchers, they get into this game of trying to be too fine in situations like that. Is the 0-1. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. 1-1. And Sean Murphy's been known to do that. When he's behind the plate, he tries everything he can to get out of the jam without giving up a run. The 1-1, down and away, 2-1. What you're doing here is you're really setting yourself up for a mess. So now you got a 2-1 count to Raleigh. Bases are loaded. Still nobody out. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, rips it. Hard hit ball over to short. It's going to be a 6, 4, 3 double play. So a hard hit ball, but a great job over there at short by Jarvis to scoop it on the half hop and flip it to Ozzie. And there's 2 down. Seattle will take the 1-0 lead, but we'll take that all day long. They'll have a runner at third, 2 outs, and Julio Rodriguez coming to the plate. Big double play ball there. The runners had to stop, too, because the line drive over to short did not reach the ground and hop until about, we'll say, 2 to 3 feet before it got to Jarvis. So everybody had to freeze, so they didn't know if he was going to catch it. First pitch on the way is swung on and chopped foul. It's 0-1. You almost wonder if he turns to third, they may have been able to get a triple play, but it would have been really close at second. But I do believe you could have gotten the runner at third as Julio Rodriguez smoked the ball down the third base line, and the runner at third Like, what did I do to you, buddy? That ball almost took his head off. Rivas had to hit the ground. He hit the ground like gunshots were going off. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good changeup one, too. On deck is Naylor. We hope to see him in the fourth inning. Braves trail 1-0. The 1-2. Swing, rolls it back foul. Do it again. So my point being is if he goes straight to third, he's going to get the runner there, and they still would have gotten Raleigh. The triple play would have been tough, but Raleigh did not come out of the box quick because he thought that ball was being caught as well. The 1-2. Inside. 2-2. 2-2 count. Perez, 43rd pitch of the day. Swing, rolls it. We'll do it again. He had just 19 through 2. This is a 24-pitch inning. Mariners 1, Braves nothing. Good to see you, Coco. The 2-2. Swing, rolls it over to second. Ozzy's got it. Flips it to Olsen, and that'll get us out of the jam. So 1-0 Seattle. They put one across, but it could have been a heck of a lot worse. We'll be back in a flash. Heart of the order due up for the Braves.
Say the weird thing.
I'm a grown-ass man, but I still confuse the two words idea and ideal. It's not an idea situation.
Who's ready for some Rickey Henderson stories? Rickey is. After striking out in a game in Seattle, the next batter was walking past him and heard him say, "Don't worry, Rickey, you are still the best." He once asked a teammate how long it would take him to drive to the Dominican Republic. In his first season with the Padres, he boarded the team bus and was looking for a seat when Steve Finley said, "You have tenure, sit wherever you want." To which Rickey replied, "Tenure? Rickey's been in the league at least 16, 17 years. After he broke Ty Cobb's career record for runs with a home run, he capped it off by sliding into home plate. When Rickey and the Mets stayed in a hotel in Cincinnati less than a mile from the field, instead of walking or taking the bus, Rickey pulled up in a stretch limo. After telling Will Clark he was going to steal second base, the Giants pitched out but couldn't throw him out. Afterwards, he jumps up and stares and points at Will Clark saying, "I told you, Thrill. Rickey gone. Rickey gone." Despite only winning 1 gold glove in his career, he sometimes signed 2 gold gloves when autographing stuff for fans. In 1985, there was a strike that lasted 2 days. Rickey ended up missing a doubleheader when play resumed because he didn't know the strike was over. In his 1976 high school yearbook, it says, "Being cool is what Rickey Henderson practices all day." With the new MLB rules, how many stolen bases would Rickey Henderson have if he played today?
During the celebrations, Stengel fell off a bar stool and broke his hip. It took a long time to heal, and he and management finally agreed that it was time for him to quit.
Recognition of these services, this number will be retired, never worn by another Mets player, and placed in a glass case here at Shea Stadium in appreciation of your services.
Thank you very much. I hope they don't make a mummy under that glass case. Make a mummy out of me and keep me there that long.
I'd like to see them give that number 37 to some young player so it can go on and do some good for the Mets. But the Mets finished 10th again. The biggest crowd at Shea Stadium that year came to see the Beatles.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. 1-0 your score. Ozzy Albies leads us off. First pitch is a 4-seam fastball. Upstairs for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1, that one looked like it missed as well. Ozzy did say something to the umpire. The 0-1 pitch, swing, pops it up. Back behind home plate, giving chase is Parada, but it'll fall into the seats. 0-2. 0-2 count. Your out-of-town scoreboard looks like this in the top of the 4th inning. As the Braves trail 1-0 here, they're in Anaheim, and the Angels 5-1 over the White Sox in the 3rd. The 0-1 pitch, swing, fouls it away. It's 0-2. Padres and Giants 1-1 in the 6th. Earlier today, the Brewers 6-2 over the Cardinals. That's a final, as is Rays versus Blue Jays 3-0. Later on tonight, they'll be in Philadelphia, and the Phillies face the A's, 6:40 first pitch. Red Sox at Tigers, 6:40. Orioles Marlins, 6:40. Twins Nationals, 6:45. So 4 games starting before 7 o'clock. The 0-2 pitch, down and away, 1-2. Rangers and Yankees, 7:05 first pitch. It'll be Eovaldi on the mound for the Rangers. Reds and Cubs, 7:40. Guardians and Royals, 7:40. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2. 9:20 tonight. It's because they've been trying to avoid weather all series long in Colorado. The Mets will be at the Rockies. The 2-2 pitch, good take. Full count. So full count to start the inning. On deck is Olsen. 9:40 tonight. The Pirates are in Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks. The payoff pitch, swing, swats it back foul. We'll do it again. The payoff pitch, misses high, ball 4, so he'll head on down to first. Matt Olson swings at the 4-seam fastball, peppers it to the backstop. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Slider down and in, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. 1-2, 4-seam fastball. The 1-2 to Olsen. Wu brings it. Swing, chopper down the first base line. We'll do it again. They're going to flip it over to first real quick to keep Ozzie back. Ozzie was back in plenty of time. Head first slide, tags the back of the bag. We'll pull the screen back so you can see what's going on in the base paths. The pitch is high, out of the zone, 4-seamer, and it is 2-2. Pitch on the way, swing, and that got a piece of home plate umpire Ryan Addison. Ball was fouled straight back. It touched the glove of Parada, but it smacked Addison right in the mask. That'll wake you up. And a little delay here, but it was really just to check on Addington. He appears to be okay. Runner at first, nobody out. Olsen at the plate. Seattle leads it 1-0. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Sweeper down and in. One away. First pitch to Michael Harris is a fastball. Punches it back over the third base side. It's 0-1. The 0-1 righty-lefty matchup. Swing and a miss four-seamer. It's 0-2. Braves trail 1-0. Seattle scored their run in the bottom of the third if you're just joining us. Braves have yet to get a base hit. The 0-2. Inside, 1-2. Ozzie reached via the walk, so the no-nos broke it up, but the perfect game is still intact. Or excuse me, other way around. Perfect game is gone. The no-nos intact. The 1-2 count. Turns and kicks. In the dirt, 2-2. They got a pitcher's duel going on out there in San Francisco. It's 1-1 in the seventh. And Lance McCullers got mollywopped today. 2 2/3, 6 runs against the Dodgers. They got pounded. I think it was 12-2 was the final. The 2-2. Swing. Fouls it back. Wu at 65 pitches here in the fourth inning. Second time through the order. The 2-2 pitch from Wu. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss, strike three. Slider right around his shoe tops, and there's 2 down. 2 down. Mauricio Dubon will come to the plate. Seattle Mariners trying to become the first team to beat the Braves in a series this year. Braves come in 26-11 on the year. Seattle 17-20. Don't let that 17-20 fool you. This is a good baseball team. Righty-righty matchup here. The first one to Dubon is swung on and lifted into right field. That'll break up the no-no. So Ozzie Albies goes corner to corner, and it's runners on the corners and 2 outs. Good piece of hitting by Mauricio Dubon.
Pardon me, would you have any?
But of course.
So runners on the corners.
Pleasures.
And Austin Riley coming to the plate, batting .206. Struck out looking his first time up, trying to break through here. Get out of this funk he's been in. First pitch on the way. That ain't going to do it. Swing, chops it on the ground over third. Easy 5-3, and that'll end the inning. So we'll go to the bottom of the fourth, trailing 1-0 here in Seattle.
Anyway, apparently I have to get back to work. This is bullshit.
Which means they couldn't be back-to-back champions.
If my aunt had stones, she'd be my uncle.
If she had a mustache, she'd be my uncle.
I mean, I know some women got mustaches. I'm from Alabama. Trust me.
We digress into his dating in Alabama. The women with mustaches.
Hey, it's 4:30. Isn't there an early bird special you should be running off to?
She's 50. She's not an old woman. Hello? No, I'm not hungry yet. Well, if we get there by 5:30, I'm sure they'll honor it.
Is she calling dinner supper?
So, what are you doing this afternoon?
Oh, I'm just sorting out my pills for the week, sweetie. Well, you do that, and I'll be over a little later. Did I get it? Was she sorting out her pills for the week? Actually, she just got back from the gym, and she's jumping in the shower. She got a chair in that shower? Shut up!
Johnny was really popular in Cincinnati, but I probably was more popular simply because the only reason because I was born there, not because I was a better player. I mean, I was born 3 miles from the ballpark. I don't know if Johnny really understood this ever, and I don't think he ever let that known, but I think he had trouble with that.
There was no difference in Pete and I. We were partners in a car dealership. We were partners in a bowling alley. We had the same drive. He was driven to be that, and that was fine. He could be the spokesperson. It was great because I didn't have to talk. They'd come and ask an opinion, and he could give it. He was great copy. I didn't need the pub, and it wasn't like I ever looked at it like, what the heck's they doing? How come they don't come and see me? I don't care.
When we're on the ballpark, we all get along. I never see a discussion or anything between Pete and Johnny.
They both understood they were in a situation where this was extraordinary. This may be one of the great teams of all time, and they weren't going to let any problem that they may have or who's going to be the biggest stud or whatever. Nothing was ever done to the detriment of the team.
Welcome back. Curveball to Josh Naylor, misses outside the zone, or at least so they say. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Sinker. Fouls it off. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch, swing and a miss, changeup. 1-2. Naylor struck out looking his first time up.
What's for dinner? Hey, chef, what's for dinner?
The 1-2 pitch is grounded over to first. Slow roller. Naylor barely got out of the box. So Matt Olson slowly jogged and then tossed it to Perez, who was slowly jogging to first. Everybody just treated that play like it was a golf round. 1 up, 1 down. Randy Arozarena coming to the plate. First pitch high and tight. Misses for a ball. It's 1-0. What is everybody chowing on today? Is the 1-0 right there in the middle. 1-1. Coco's got Chinese takeout. The 1-1. Swing, rips it. Over to third. Riley right in front of him. He'll grab it. Easy toss over to first. 2 down. See if we missed any. Ashley with the sad water. Coffee from hey, he Blake, we ain't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you. I know these weird times of them on the West Coast. First pitch is a curveball, slow bender to Young. It's 0-1. I mean, that ball, I didn't think that ball was ever going to get to the plate. Just a teardrop on the inside. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it away. Down third base side will. Oh, Riley giving the chase. Misplayed it as he goes into the screen. It just passes reach. Taking another look at it. Yeah, no, he probably had time to get there, but he not quite knowing where your surroundings was. Plus, the way he's been batting, you got to question his eyesight anyways these days. The 0-2. Misses high, 1-2. 1-2 count. Sloppy Joes and pizza. Pitch on the way. Check swing foul. Do it again. 1-2 count. Braves trail 1-0. Skittles. I like someone who's actually honest. I mean, candy. The 1-2 pitch, swing just in and out of the glove of Murphy. Is the foul tip that Murphy couldn't hold on to. So Young keeps the life on a 1-2 count. This will be Perez's 57th pitch of the game. He's right where he wants to be. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So Martin Perez, other than that hiccup a couple innings ago, 3 strikeouts, just 1 run given up. We got to get him some runs, boys. We'll be back in a flash.
War's over, man. Drop the big one.
Well, since when are you the pudding kind?
What? Over? Did you say over? Nothing is over until we decide it is. And it ain't over now. Who's with me? Let's go!
I don't have to tell you things are bad. It's depression. Everybody's scared. Punks are running wild in the street. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. I want you to get mad.
Will you fight? No! We will run! And we will live!
Shame on you. This could be the greatest night of our lives. But you're gonna let it be the worst.
In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't gonna never happen.
Wretched slugs. Don't any of you have the guts to play for blood?
I'm your huckleberry.
I'll put you out of your misery.
Say wham.
You gotta say, damn it, my life has value.
And I'm gonna stay right here and fight for this lost cause.
Intruder.
Yes, you're an intruder. I was having a perfectly nice trip until you walked into my life.
Hey! I'm just lying around.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
Right. Psychotic, but absolutely right.
We gotta take these bastards.
Are they yelling in Atlanta here?
Are they yelling in Atlanta?
I'm as mad as hell!
They're yelling in Atlanta?
Son of a We struck the mother lode!
I'm mad as hell!
I'm mad as hell!
I'm not gonna take it anymore!
And this crowd's back into it now.
I didn't think you had it in you.
You look like somebody just walked over your grave. Play for blood, remember? War's over, man. Drop the big one.
Welcome back. First pitch to Yastrzemski. You strike at the knees on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1, righty-lefty. Four-seamer misses outside, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swing, fouls it away, 1-2. Braves trail 1-0, top of the 5th inning. It'll be the Yaz, Murphy, and Jarvis are the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Braves just the 1 hit so far, Dubon last inning. The 1-2 from Wu misses high, 2-2. Two count. Turns and kicks. Misses. Full count. I'm doing what I like to call as a poor man's charcuterie board. Pepperonis, cheese, Vienna sausages. The 3-2. Swing, pops it up. High in the sky. And F5 when it finally comes down in foul territory. Rivas with the catch. 1 away. 1 up, 1 down here in the 5th, and Sean Murphy coming to play. He's still looking for his first base hit since coming off the IL. Swung at the first pitch he saw in this game, a ground out to third. Bit of an open stance for Murphy nowadays. First pitch is inside, 97 miles an hour. It's 0-1. Man, I remember when he came up with the glasses. We thought that had fixed everything. That was short-lived. The 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. 1-1 count. Wu kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, blew it right by him. Four-seam fastball. 1-2. The 1-2 from Wu. Swing. Pounds it back, foul. Do it again. Jarvis is on deck, the number 9 hitter, and then we'd be back to the top of the order with Drake Baldwin if they can get the line moving. The 1-2 to Murphy. Swing and a miss, chased a bad sweeper off the plate, and there's 2 down. Brian Wu, that is his 6th strikeout of the day versus 2 walks and 1 hit allowed. What we kind of expected, a low-scoring game to start off. Wu has struggled a little bit this year, but the Braves have never seen him, so you knew there was going to be a learning curve to start the game. Jarvis, the batter, first pitch, four-seamer, 95. Outer edge, it's 0-1. Jarvis grounded out to short, his first major league at bat, his first time up today. The 0-1. High and out of the zone, it's 1-1. If you can get Wu out of the game, they've used the back of their bullpen the first 2 games of this series. So I think they would be fairly limited, but you never know. But in theory, I wouldn't think that Munoz is the 1-1 slider. Did not go around. 2-1. Good take there by Jarvis. About an inch or so below the zone. The 2-1 to Jarvis. Swing, fouls it back. Do it again. Also, Ferreira has put in, I think it was 2 2/3 in the first 3, in the first 2 games of the series. Bizzardo would probably be lined up to try to shut it down in the back pen. The 2-2. Down and in. Full count. Now, every manager does it differently, but usually this early in the year, you don't run a guy out 3 games in a row. Still trying to get them. You're still looking at the big picture as a manager. The payoff pitch, swing, slices it away. We'll do it again. The Mariners are hanging right there in their division. The payoff pitch, swing, smacks that four-seamer down the line. This will be pitch 87 for Wu here in the 5th inning. A little north of where he wants to be. Mariners are currently 2 games behind the A's, tied with the Rangers, and 2.5 in front of the Astros in the AL West. The payoff pitch, swing. Just got a piece of that, stay alive, hit him on the instep. We'll do it again. A's are leading the division, but you got to figure that's not going to last. Their pitching just isn't deep enough. They're building for the future anyways. They're waiting until they get to Las Vegas. So they're real competition in that division. Texas and Houston. The 3-2 caught looking, strike 3 sinker, got him with the movement. Started in off the plate and darted in, and that'll end the inning. Braves trail 1-0. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th here in Seattle.
4 years I've had you. You think I'm going to give you up now? I ain't got time to train another.
This stupid phone just keeps telling me that my cloud storage is full.
Delete some stuff.
Delete what, genius? It's in the cloud. It's not even real. What am I supposed to... Why are you laughing at me? What? What's so funny? That's a real thing. What am I supposed to do?
Just delete some stuff, Dad. It's online. It's real. It's just online.
Where exactly?
Stored on, servers, okay? It's not literally in the sky.
Okay, so you're telling me there's some faceless nerd who's got my pictures and my files in his parents' basement, and he's got all my How am I supposed to go find that motherfucker and go clean up?
You can just pay for more storage.
Oh, that's great. Just give them more of my money. You know what? I'm just going to go back to writing regular letters with a pencil and a piece of paper and a stamp.
Hey, you sure you don't want to ink and quill too, Grandpa?
Yeah, I might do that.
Yeah, let me get a pigeon for delivery too.
Keep it up, and there's going to be some stone tablets coming your way that say, "Get the out of here."
It's a new month, but honey, you still ain't got that dog in you. Maybe next month.
But why not just use food coloring for the beer?
Because beer's not a food. When was the last time you ate a beer?
When was the last time you drank paint? Have you been drinking paint?
No.
Let me see your tongue.
Oh my God, dude!
In 1980, it was a year in my career that sort of defined me as a player.
If you look back at 1980, there were a lot of ups and there were a lot of downs. It wasn't like they sailed right to the division title.
As Philadelphia yo-yoed half a game ahead and then half a game behind Montreal in the National League East.
Main adversary that year was the Montreal Expos.
As for the Expos, they gained a first-place half-game lead with 3 games remaining against Philadelphia the final 3 days of the season.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to start the inning. Connor Joe is down and away for a ball. 1-0 lefty-righty matchup. Martin Perez, 59th pitch of the day, is a changeup down and away. Ball 2-0. Two-0 count. Drifts the changeup upstairs. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Right there. Outer edge. Murphy wants to challenge. This can be extremely close. If the ball's in the zone, it's barely in the zone. And he got it. Good job by Murph. Say 10, maybe 15% of that ball was in the strike zone, but that's all you need. The 2-2. Changeup misses, full count. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Changeup off the plate. It's one of those ones drifting there. You never think it's going to reach you as a right-hander. So you just try to take a poke at it. You couldn't time it up. One away. Mr. Martin Perez, 4th strikeout on the day. He's got a 2.20 ERA going into this pitch. First one to Parada is fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Think about how fortunate we were that somebody wasn't smart enough to scoop up Martin Perez when the Braves DFA'd him a few weeks ago. I thought for sure somebody was going to grab him. I still can't believe nobody did. The 0-1 cutter misses, 1-1. As many teams that struggled to get good innings out of starting pitching, they just let them go. 1-1 count. Down and away, 2-1. You bet your bottom dollar this, they do it again. It's going to be some Jonah Heim action there where someone's going to scoop them up. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up, 2-2. That's that same pitch that he just struck out Joe on. Two count, swing, rips it. towards center field, and that ball's going to get down for a base hit. And so it's a one-out single for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lefty-righty matchup. The first pitch on the way to Rivas is a curveball upstairs. Drifts in for a strike. It's 0-1. Rivas, 1 for 1 on the day, batting .146 now. He doubled to left his first time up. The 0-1. Tosses it over to first. Runner back in plenty of time. 0-1 count. Brings it. Swing. Rolls it on the ground over to Riley. Riley goes to second. High throw. Tried to turn the double play. If he hits Ozzie Albies in stride, he may get that turn, but it would have been really close. Rivas can fly. And that'll extend the inning with the runner at first and 2 outs. And Crawford, who's already hit 2 home runs in this series, comes to the plate. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Down and away. 1-1. The 1-1 from Perez. Pitch number 73. Swing. Chopper towards Ozzie. He's got to hurry. Scoops it. Flips it. 4-3, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves keep it right there. Martin Perez pitching a pretty darn good ball game. Drake Baldwin leads us off 3rd time through the order when we return.
Oh my God. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
What happened?
I was running on the trail and I stepped in some dog and I sat down and tried to clean it off my shoe, and this guy come running by and he stepped in it. I laughed at him and said, I just did that. He come over and punched me in the face like 3 times, called me a nasty son of a
I just made my 2nd trip to Dunkin' to get another coffee. It's been a day. So I didn't want the people there to think that I was getting a 2nd coffee. So I had a fake conversation with a fake friend. I was like on the phone. I was like, hey, I just got you a coffee. Yeah, I got my coffee earlier. So this one's for you. I'll drop it off. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Everybody in this place is standing. 45,299. Sabathia sets. Here it is. Swinging a bouncer. Double play ball. JJ second. Relay. Double play. Hey, they win. Oh, what a finish. CC Sabathia being mobbed by his teammates. Wow, what a game. What a performance by Sabathia. Mobbed by his teammates. Mobbed by the coaching staff. Here comes the rest of the bullpenners. And Sabathia now saluting this huge crowd. And they return the salute. Sabathia with the season on the line, on 3 days rest, stops the Chicago Cubs.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way is a sweeper. Right there on the outer edge, it's 0-1. Atlanta Braves. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Seattle 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. The 0-1 pitch, swing, fouls it back.
That's all. We got one damn hit.
You can't say damn on the air.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
The 0-2 fouls it away. Do it again. Braves trail 1-0. The 0-2. Wu kicks and fires. Swing, fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. Oh, 2 from Wu, pitch 93 in the dirt, swing and a miss, man. He chased that changeup. Oof, that was a bad swing by the Drake. You don't see many of those. One away. I mean, that ball skipped to the plate. He was trying to hit a rock off the pond as someone skipped it across the water. Ozzie Albies the batter, righty-lefty matchup. Like most others, he's 0 for. First pitch swinging, pops it up, can of corn. That's par for the course. F5 in your scorecard, and there's 2 down. Ozzie on these day games, you normally see him kind of mail in at least 1, if not 2 at bats. It's usually those later innings you start seeing Ozzie warm up his bat a little bit. I don't know if it's antsy or what it is, but I've noticed it over his career. Day games, Ozzie Albies usually spills a couple of bad at-bats at the very beginning. Matt Olson stands in. He hits well on Sunday mornings to see if he can get a base hit here on a Wednesday afternoon. First pitch is a 4-seam fastball. Off the plate wide, it's 1-0. By the way, if you haven't noticed the schedule, 4th of July weekend, 1-0. Turns and kicks. Right there for a strike, 1-1. See how it plays out. Not sure if we're going to be here for the 4th of July. We typically want everybody to spend that with their family. But the 5th, it's a Sunday. And Mets and Braves, and it is early, is the 1-1. Fouls it back, it's 1-2. We're going to be here for the game, but it is mind-boggling. It's noon on the 5th of July. Really strange. Peacock is carrying the game. I think that's why it got pushed up so early. The 1-2. Caught looking, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So Brian Wu, we talked about this pregame. Wu's one of the best young right-handers in the game. He's got 9 punchies. We'll be back in a flash. Braves trail 1-0.
Say the weird thing.
Okay. Do you ever brush your hair and then you see a few pieces come out, or you're outside and you touch your head or your hair and a couple pieces come out? Do you ever think that maybe one of them will fly off into the wind and it'll land in a crime scene and then you'll be convicted you didn't commit? Because sometimes I think about that.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
When I was a boy, I played baseball, and I would go to baseball games as much as I could. One of the most important moments of the game was when the national anthem was played. everyone stood up. I would go, my friends would have on our baseball caps and take them off. It was at this moment that there was a certain sense that we were all American. And when I would play the game with my friends, we would be in the ballpark, we would follow the ritual that was at the stadium. And so we would have the national anthem, and we would sing the national anthem when we would play, playing in some playground somewhere, or some little grass field, and we would do the national anthem. And we put our hats over our hearts and everything. And I don't think there was anything in America that made me feel American except baseball. I felt connected with this country because of it.
Welcome back. Martin Perez fires the first pitch changeup off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Braves trail 1-0. Cal Raleigh check swing went around for sure. 1-1. They didn't even have to check down the line there. He lost his balance and just kind of spun around. Looked like the Tasmanian devil there at the plate. Raleigh 0 for 2 on the day. Martin Perez pitched a great game. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. Braves had just run into a buzzsaw of a starting pitcher. His day is probably through, though. You would have to think is the 1-1. Chops it off his instep. It's 1-2. This isn't 1988. He is at 98 pitches. That usually spells the end of the day for a starting pitcher, especially Wu, who sky's the limit on him, but he has battled some injuries. That foul ball, by the way, got a piece of Cal Raleigh's knee as he walks it off a little bit. 1-2 count. Julio Rodriguez on deck. They showed Tyler Kinley warming up in the bullpen. The 1-2. This is high. 2-2. Two count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 away. Braves have the day off tomorrow, so if Weiss wants to be aggressive, he can be with the bullpen. He has not shown in the recent weeks after the Braves got off to a good start, he hasn't really shown that he will go all in per se. So it's going to be up to the offense to get some of the better arms into this game. First pitch is a curveball. Down and away for a ball, it's 1-0. But once again, if the Braves can keep the score low, is the 1-0. Outside wide, 2-0. You're talking about a bullpen of Seattle that's pretty taxed. The 2-0, swing and a miss changeup, 2-1. And they would love to win the series, obviously, but they have a whole season to manage as well. You look at some of the use they've had over the last few days of the 2-1, inside 3-1. Three-1 count. Swing, lifts it. High and deep. Going back on the track, and she's gone. A solo shot, and Julio Rodriguez finally gets himself a base hit, and it's a home run, and it's 2-0. Seattle. Hard hit ball over the wall, 110 miles an hour off the bat. 436. Sad feet over the center field wall. He knew it instantly. Moment he hit, he started cursing to himself and jumping around. So 2-0 your score. First pitch swinging by Naylor, pops it up on the infield, and who wants it? Olsen calls everybody off, 2 down. That's one of those things that they're showing the replay on the Seattle monitor. That doesn't happen in the game that most of us grew up on. He was yelling and punching himself and screaming at the plate, like we'll say 3 or 4 feet away from Murphy. If that happened in the game, we'll say 10 years ago, he's getting one high and tight. Old beanball action next time. Well, this guy can't throw a beanball. Tyler Kinley's going to come into the game. He's going to try to throw that slider and get us out of the inning. Braves lead it, or Braves trail 2-0, I should say. And Randy Arozarena coming to the plate. Tyler Kinley coming on the bump. Welcome back. First pitch from Tyler Kinley. Down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. 2 outs here in the 6th. Righty-righty matchup. 1-0. Swing, rolls it on the ground deep into the hole. Underneath the glove of Riley, underneath the glove of Jarvis, and it's a seeing eye single to keep the inning going here with 2 away. 1 on and 2 outs, and Cole Young will come to the plate. I think if Riley did, so Riley, as he was diving at that ball, barely touched it. I think if he does not touch it, Jarvis is going to come up with it clean, but I don't know if he's going to be able to throw out Arozarena. First pitch to Cole Young is right there for a strike. Slider on the edge. 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Swing rips it into right field. That's down for a base hit. Kinley getting peppered around. Here comes the throw into the infield, and it's going to be a 2-out double for the Mariners. So runners on second and third and 2 outs. Kinley just trying to get that 1 out, and Parada coming to the plate. Weiss keeps referring to the bullpen when you consider Lee, Suarez, and Iglesias as the 4-headed monster because he counts Kinley. Kinley's fine, but he's not someone that's scaring the opponents. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball. 95 misses high. It's 1-0. Kinley's more of a guy of where he's at right now. You can bring him in the 6th inning. You hope he can keep it where it's at. He's he's basically Pierce Johnson, the 1-0. Down and away, 2-0. Still feel like if you really want to be aggressive in a game and you want to talk about a 4-headed, heck, 5-headed monster for that matter, give me Raylo and give me Didi Fuentes. Those guys have much better stuff. The 2-0 pitch, right there at the knees, 2-1. It may just come down to the fact that he has more faith in him because he's the veteran. And Raylo, though he has pitched for a long time in the majors, he's been in and out of the bullpen his career. And, of course, Diddy's brand new, the 2-1. Just misses inside, ball 3-1. So a 3-1 to Joe. Braves will have the middle of the order due up in the 7th inning. Second and third, 2 outs. The 3-1 pitch to Joe. Swing, rolls it over to third, and Riley's got it. Fires it to first, and that'll end the inning. So Seattle puts 1 on the board, but 2-0. I mean, we can get that in our sleep. We'll be back in a flash. Braves and Mariners, top of the 7th we go.
Say the weird thing.
If you have a whole lot of junk to get rid of, it's cheaper to go buy a storage unit for $29.99 a month, pay for it for 1 month, and never do it again, rather than to go buy a $300 rollaway dumpster. Plus, you get a little extra side mission to where you can actually go to the auction and watch somebody buy your junk.
All right, I wanted to touch base about tomorrow. Sam, I know that you already arrived in D.C. I'll be there later on this evening. Brian, what is your status right now?
Yeah, so I just landed in Washington as well, so I should be all set for the...
Brian, why are you still at the airport? You should have been on the same flight as Sam, no?
Wait, yeah, I actually didn't see you, Sam. I mean, my flight was like 6 hours.
My flight was 1 hour. Yeah, Brian, you're in Washington, D.C., not Washington State, correct?
Wait, is there a difference?
There's an enormous difference, Brian. They're on opposite sides of the United States, different coasts.
Brian, did you read the travel folder handbook I gave you? Because it had your ticket and itinerary in there. You didn't have to buy your own flight.
Okay, well, I don't have enough room in my luggage for like 20 handbooks. I don't get like...
Well, maybe a handbook would have been helpful because you ended up in the wrong damn city.
Okay, well, I feel like sometimes I work in like the tortured HR department. This is like...
Is that a Taylor Swift reference, Brian?
No, that'd be unprofessional. I don't think, like...
There's nothing unprofessional about Taylor Swift.
The same crew that demolished Ebbets Field now took down the Polo Grounds. Other old stadiums would fall fast, victims of decaying inner-city neighborhoods and urban renewal. Sportsman's Park in St. Louis, Forbes Field in Pittsburgh with its formal gardens, and Philadelphia's palatial Shibe Park, where Connie Mack had worked for 42 years. The era of John McGraw and Ty Cobb and Honus Wagner now seemed very far away.
Top of the 7th we go, and Michael Harris II swings at the very first pitch he sees. And it's going to be a weak grounder over to short. 6-3 put out is Cooper Criswell coming on for the Mariners. 1 pitch, 1 out. Mauricio Dubon now coming to the plate. Riley on deck. If they can keep the line moving, it would be Yaz and Murphy. First pitch is right there at the knees. It's on 1. The 0-1 count. Inside. 1-1. One pitch. Criswell, the former Boston Red Sox. Pitch, swing and a miss, cutter, 1-2. Criswell, 6'6", 200-pounder. Out of Carrollton, Georgia. The 1-2 pitch. Misses. Sinker. He's got a nasty snap to that sinker. It just kind of slings out of his hand That long release, the 2-2. Swing. Lifts it. Right field. F9 your scorecard. Connor Joe with the catch, and there's 2 away. Criswell played his college ball with the North Carolina Tar Heels. Came up with the Angels in 2021. Went to the Rays in 22. Boston in 24. This is his first year in Seattle. Sweeper to Austin Riley. Upstairs for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Outside wide 1-1. Riley with a strikeout and a ground out to third. Batting .204 on the year. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Cutter. He was behind on that one, 1-2. Just hasn't quite got it going yet this year. He'll get a base hit or a home run here or there, but he hasn't strung them together like he's known to do. The 1-2. Swing! That ball's lifted. High and deep into left field, but it's bending foul. Took a wrong turn at Tacoma. 1-2. That's the bad news. The good news is there are 2 Braves fans, 2 elderly Braves fans out there in Braves jerseys. In the middle of nowhere in those stands is the 1-2 misses. 2-2. And they got the ball. It bounced high in between a bunch of kids that were fighting over the ball. It bounced high off of one of the seats and went right into their hands. Pretty cool scene out there. 2-2 count as they challenge that. Okay. So they'll lose one of their challenges. The 2-2. Outside wide 3-2. It's a bit of a surprise they would challenge that pitch. It was well off the plate. But we've seen the Braves players do the same thing, mainly the catchers. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, we went down quietly here in the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Time to get up and stretch here in Braves country. Didier Fuentes coming on for the Atlanta Braves. First pitch on the way is a four-seamer right there. Misses inside, I guess. It's 1-0. Looked like it might have clipped the zone. The 1-0, righty-lefty matchup. Pitch on the way. Bang! Four-seam fastball. Bringing it. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss. 1-2. The 1-2. Sizzles the four-seamer back to the backstop. Canzoni on to hit for Pareda. Rivas on deck. The 1-2 pitch. Come on. That was right there. Sean Murphy doesn't want to challenge it, but that would have been strike 3. The 2-2. Swing. Fouls it back. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. The 2-2. Swing. Four-seam fastball. 96 into the seats. Two count. Outside wide. Full count now. The payoff pitch. Swung on and lifted into left field. And F7 in your scorecard as Harris comes down with it. 1 away. Bizzardo is warming up in the pen for the Mariners. Question will be, is he coming on for 1 inning or more? Munoz used the last couple of nights, as have Ferreira. The first pitch is a four-seam fastball inside to Rivas. It's 1-0. So the Braves can keep the score where it's at. They can get back into this one. The 1-0. Rivas, number 9 hitter, 1 for 2 on the day. Right there at the knees, four-seamer, 1-1. 98 miles an hour. One count. Fouled away, 1-2. We do have the Diddy Party emoji in there for you Country Club members. The 1-2 pitch. Right there. And he will challenge that one. I think that's going to be a good challenge. Called it a ball, but it looked like it got 80% of the play. Yeah. Strike 3. 2 down. Punched him out on the outer track. Just froze him. 100 miles an hour, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. Two down. First pitch is a four-seamer inside. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Four-seamer misses. 2-0. Forgot to hit that. You gotta get in the habit of hitting that when you get it right. The 2-0 pitch. Inside. Four-seamer, 3-0. Standing on deck, Cal Raleigh. Julio Rodriguez in the hole. Sean Murphy's going into the dugout for some reason. Must have been... Changed something out real quick. I believe it was his glove. Taking a look at the replay, see what happened there. Yeah, I think the webbing gave out on the other glove. Pitch right there. Called for a strike. 3-1, the 3-1 down below the knees. Ball 4. He'll head down to first, and it's a 2-out walk, and Cal Raleigh coming to the plate. Ferrer is walking around in the bullpen, so they may be bringing him up. That's a little surprising to me. They've used him quite a bit. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss, four-seam fastball, bringing it. 98 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. 98, it's 0-2. The 0-2 count. As Raleigh gets back into the box. Didier Fuentes, pitch number 21 of the inning. Swing, slices it back foul. We'll do it again. Raleigh 0 for 3 on the day. Hit into a double play in the third. Struck out swinging in the sixth. The 0-2. Outside wide, 1-2. One-two count. The way Weiss has been managing his bullpen, I would think that Robert Suarez probably is not available today. This is a 1-2 pitch inside, 2-2. But you still have a ton of arms down there. You've got Raylo, who for all intents and purposes now, he's in the bullpen until they say differently. Lee and Iglesias, the 2-2. Inside, 3-2. Full count. Runner at first with 2 outs. Runner takes off, swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. Full count once again. Didier Fuentes digging in. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Blew it right by him. Four-seam fastball, and that'll end the inning. We'll be back in a flash. 8th inning we go here in Braves country.
6 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer. Salad.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks.
Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
This is total BS.
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day.
You're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns. One for each of you.
Welcome back into the fold. Here we go to the top of the 8th inning. And Bizzardo will come on, the right-hander. First pitch on the way is a sinker down below the knees. It's 1-0. Braves trail just 2-0. We're in the 8th inning. You got the bottom of the order due up, so we may get some pinch hitters here. The 1-0. Down below the knees. 2-0. Garver's behind the plate for Seattle. He came in for Pareda after being pinch hit for Canzone. It's the only changes we've had so far. The 2-0 pitch. Chops it towards the first base dugout. 2-1. Braves have struck out 7 batters. Seattle struck out 10. The 2-1 pitch. Upstairs, sinker. 2-2. Two count. Bizzardo brings it. Swing! Sweeper, fouls it back. That was a hanging sweeper. A little too high for the Yaz, or he might have finally got one. The 2-1, or 2-2, excuse me. Inside. Burns him back. It's a full count. So trying to work his way aboard. Full count to the Yaz. Once again, Sean Murphy due up next. The payoff pitch. Swing. Lifts it into center field. That ball's going to get down. That ball's going to go off the glove of Julio Rodriguez as he was trying to trap it. And it's going to be a leadoff single for the Yaz. Good piece of hitting there by Yastrzemski.
Yes, put everything on it. Don't hold back anything.
Yabba, yabba, go. Yahoo!
First pitch on the way is a sinker, swung on and fouled back by Sean Murphy. It's 0-1. Be a good place for him to get his first base hit of the year. 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out to third, and struck out swinging. The 0-1, swing, lifts it. Hey, there we go. That's down for a base hit. We finally get to play the Smurf.
Smurf is me. I must call an emergency meeting.
Runners at the corners and nobody out.
Don't try to fool me.
That was that hanging sweeper again. And this time Murphy made him pay. Mateo's going to come in and run for the Smurf, which means we'll lose our designated hitter role. The next time either he or Jarvis come around, because one of them staying into play short. Actually, Jarvis is being lifted for Dominic Smith, so scratch that. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. So in all likelihood, what they'll do is they'll leave Mateo into play short. He'll slide into Murphy's slot, and Dominic Smith's slot will now become the pitchers. The 0-1 pitch, swing, fouls it back. It's 0-2. Looked like there was right-handed and left-handed action working in the bullpen of the Seattle Mariners. I don't know when they got up. They just showed them out there. The 0-2 count. Jarvis being pinch hit for Dominic Smith. Dominator could change this game with one swing. They're going to flip it over to first real quick. We'll go ahead and pull the screen back while they do that to give you an idea of what's going on the base paths. Infield back and to the right. Huge hole on the left side, but they are holding the runner at third a bit. So just off the bag is Rivas. The 0-2 drags it foul. Do it again. Dominic Smith, who's lost quite a bit of batting average the last couple of weeks, but he's still batting .324 on the year. Mainly just faces right-handers. On deck is the top of the order with Drake Baldwin and company. The 0-2. Swing. Fouls the sinker away. 96 miles an hour. We'll do it again. Oh-2 count. Runners on the corners. Nobody out. Braves trail by 2. The 0-2 pitch. Swing, lifts it. High into center field. Deep enough to score the runner. Tagging up from third. Here comes the Yaz. And the Dominator gets himself an RBI, and the lead has been cut in half. Good job of hitting there by the Dominator.
This is a time for leaders to step up. Make us believe again.
The 2-1 your score. The throw came into second, so Mateo had to stay put.
Welcome to the United States of you just got dominated.
Pete Woodworth, the pitching coach, is coming out to the mound for the Seattle Mariners as they have a powwow on the mound how they want to attack Drake Baldwin. Braves trail by 1. Tying run at first. Go ahead run at the plate. Ozzie Albies is on deck. Matt Olson is in the hole. We're in the 8th inning. A 2-1 ball game. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 2-7-0 for Seattle. The Drake stands in. Good speed at first. And they're going to flip it over to first real quick. Mateo, you better be careful. He didn't slide into the bag. They tagged him on the hip. And it was extremely close. Shouldn't have been close. But it was extremely close. And Dan Wilson wants to look at it. That was just lazy base running by Mateo. That's going to be a crushing blow if he gets picked off. Especially, so looking at it again, he's out. They're going to win this challenge. That was lazy base running by Mateo. Saw Acuna do that about a week ago. How do you not get down? Naylor smacks him. The only way they don't get that overturned is they're going to say they don't have enough to overturn it. But his foot looks to be clearly off the bag when they apply the tag. Now the only thing that's at our advantage is that they did call him safe, so it's got to be enough to overturn it. But common sense will tell you they tagged him on the wallet as he was just kind of lackadaisically walking back over to first. So we wait for the call here. I mean, that's just lazy. I mean, that's just pure and team lazy. There's no other word for it. I'm sure he's getting an earful from Richardson right now. I know Richardson's supposed to be this great base running coach. Well, we didn't see last few years. We didn't see that. We've seen too much of it this year. Waiting for the... Mateo knows it too. He's hoping he gets a when you look at the replay, like I said, common sense tells you the foot is off the bag, but it is hard to tell. Let's see what they come up with here. He's out. So Jorge Mateo running us out of a threat. Nobody out, nobody on now. Terrible job by Mateo. And normally, you'd say, well, the guy's trying. Well, that's the problem, is he just wasn't trying on that play. The ball was tossed over there as opposed to diving to the bag. First pitch to the Drake Baldwin is going to be hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. So we got 1 on and 2 outs. Where that ball was hit.
You like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
The Drake is good. Where that ball was hit up the middle, Mateo would be standing at third right now, because it was a slow roller into the outfield, and he would have went corner to corner. You would have corner to corner with 2 outs. With 1 out. Instead, it's 1 on with 2 outs. First pitch is a sweeper there to Ozzie Albies. It's 0-1, but you got to wipe it clean. People make mistakes. You're just more forgiving when someone's giving 100% effort. The 0-1, swing and a miss, it's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Turns and kicks. Swing. Bounces it. First base side, but foul. So Ozzie Albies down to an 0-2 count. Olsen stands on deck just trying to get the line moving. You look at how big of a difference the inning is when you have runners at the corners right now and 1 out with Ozzie at the plate. The 0-2. Swing, pops it up. Will stay in play. Bending over the third base dugout side. Into the crowd. We'll do it again. All he would need is a fly ball to tie it. What drives you crazy is Mateo came on to pinch run. Of all the people to get picked off, your pinch runner. The 0-2. Outside wide, 1-2. 1-2 count. Olsen on deck. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. Ozzie thinks he tapped the ball. See if they want to challenge us at all. Ozzie believes that it's a foul tip. We'll head to break. If they change something, we'll be back. Braves, end of the inning. Strikeout for Ozzie Albies.
If you're making sandwiches, always leave the knife hanging over the sink in case you want one later. Be a man.
Yellow. Didn't I just ask you not to pick up?
No, you said I should hang up and you'd call right back.
Okay, what I meant was I wanted the machine to get it, not you. I'm trying to check my messages.
You want me to just check them for you?
No, thank you, no. Last time you did that, you erased all the messages and our outgoing messages and unplugged the lamp. Just let it ring, okay?
That's your world. I just live in it.
Yellow.
Most people don't examine the meaning of the word exploitation. I think if you ask most people, they would say to be exploited is to have a low wage. Whereas the real meaning of it is to have a tremendous discrepancy between what your services are worth and what you are paid.
In 1946, the major league owners had established a minimum salary of $5,000 a year. In 1966, midst of a decade dedicated to change, it had risen only $2,000. 2 months before the 1966 season began, Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale demanded a raise from their owner Walter O'Malley, insisting that he negotiate with them as a pair. Without their combined talents, they felt, the Dodgers were sure to end up in the cellar. They also insisted that the Dodgers deal with their agent, something new in baseball, not with them. An infuriated O'Malley refused. Baseball is an old-fashioned game with old-fashioned traditions, he said, and since the reserve clause barred their trying to play for anyone else, he resolved to wait them out.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Bottom of the eighth we go. I don't know, they showed a pretty good replay on the Seattle monitor on that Ozzie Albies swing as Didi Fuentes is back out there for second inning of work. The first pitch misses to Julio Rodriguez. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. It didn't look like that he made contact with that ball. The 1-1 pitch, swing, pops it away. 1-2. Braves will have the heart of the order due up in the ninth inning. Matt Olson leading off the 1-2. Right there. Bang! Got him, strike three. P at the knees. Julio Rodriguez wants to challenge this. I don't think he's going to win it. Looked like he got the zone. He gone. Sucks to suck. Hit the bricks, buddy. One away.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Righty lefty as Josh Naylor comes to the plate. First pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 swing lifts it into center field, down for a base hit, and it's a one-out single for the Mariners. One on, one out. Randy Arozarena coming to the plate. Got to keep an eye on Josh Naylor. He can steal some bases. First pitch is a four-seamer outside wide. It's 1-0. Say he's less likely to steal on the combination of Didier Fuentes and Murphy, but he will surprise you with the speed. You don't think of a first baseman as someone who can move, but he's already got 6 stolen bases this year. Is the 1-0. Fouls it away. 1-1. He had 30 last year. It's the most he's ever had in his career. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 1-2. One-two count. Diddy brings it. Swing and a miss, strike three. Naylor does steal second base. The bat was thrown out there, by the way. If the umpire wants to, he could call interference because it was during a stolen base attempt. I don't think he's going to, but he threw the bat at the ball and was in front of the plate as Murphy was trying to get up to throw. If Murphy makes a little more of an effort to jump up to throw the ball because he kind of nonchalantly got up, they're going to get batter's interference and the inning would be over. But Murphy just kind of got up realizing the great jump that Naylor had. We've seen less called on that. He got a huge jump. He flopped in there. He hit belly first and then kind of rolled into the bag. First pitch on the way to Olson. Not Olson. Why did I say Olson? Cole Young, right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Olsen leads us off next inning. He looked like Barney Rubble or someone of that nature flopping into second base. The 0-1. Down and away, 1-1. 1-1 count. Brings it way outside, wide, 2-1. Cole Young batting .271 on the year, a single and a double to his name. 2 for 3. On deck is Connor Joe. The 2-1 pitch. Swing. Rifles it foul down the left field line. It's 2-2. I don't think I'm giving in if I'm Diddy here. If you have to walk him, you don't love it, but they have Rayleigh to go to the bench, but you would kind of force their hand at that. The 2-2. Swing. Punches it down the third base line, but foul. Two count. Runner at second, 2 outs. Deuce is wild as Seattle leads 2-1. The pitch on the way. Down and away, 4-seamer. 98 miles an hour, and it's full count. Ferrer is warming up in the pen, so I guess he's coming on to close. This will be his third appearance in as many days. The payoff pitch, swing, hammered into right field, and that's down for a base hit. That's going to double the lead. It's 3-1 Seattle. And Cole Young rips one, an RBI double. 103 miles an hour off the bat. Like I said, I wouldn't have been given in there. They tried to go on the outer edge, and he got way too much of the plate. He was behind that fastball the entire at bat. All they did there with that slider was speed up his bat, and the ball got way too much of the zone. So Connor Joe will come to the plate now. Righty-righty matchup, and after getting the lead, they won't go get Rayleigh. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Adding on to the lead. 3-1 your score. Braves will have heart of the order due up in the ninth, so it's far from over. The 0-1 fouls it back. It's 0-2. But if this score holds, the Braves will be the last team to finally lose a series. The 0-2. Outside wide, 1-2. When you're losing your first series on May 6th and you started the season on March 27th, that's pretty darn good. The 1-2 lifts it high into right field, giving chase right there at the line, making the catches, Diaz, and that'll end the inning. But not before Seattle puts one on the board. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the ninth we go, trailing by 2.
This is the story of one of the greatest pitchers' duels in baseball history. The date, May 1st, 1920. The place, Braves Field on a chilly and muggy day. On the mound for the Robins was Leon Cador, who was coming off his best season, a season in which he won 14 games. The Boston Braves would counter with Joe Eschker, who was looking to bounce back from a subpar showing in 1919. It wasn't until the 5th inning when the first run would cross the plate, when Ivy Olsen singled over the shortstop's head. Not even an inning later, the Braves would tie the game on an RBI single of their own. As the game progressed, the wind started started to blow in from center field and was turning balls that would normally be hits into lazy fly ball out. After 9 innings, the score remained tied at 1, and this continued on without another threat until the 17th inning when Brooklyn loaded the bases. Again, it was snuffed out with a double play. At this point, both starting pitchers were still on the mound. Once they reached the 23rd inning with both starting pitchers still on the mound, they broke the National League record for number of innings played in a game. 3 innings later, with a darkening sky, the game was called despite the protest of players saying they wanted to play the equivalent of 3 9-inning games. When this game ended, it entered the record books as the longest game in baseball history. Remarkably, this game only lasted 3 hours and 50 minutes. Both pitchers who started the game finished all 26 innings.
Finally, the pitchers were forced to negotiate for themselves, separately, and settled for considerably less than they had wanted. Without a union, even 2 of the game's greatest stars were forced to give in to management.
You think of people who changed the game of baseball. Well, aside from Babe Ruth, of course, the Bambino and his home runs, and Jackie Robinson entering, the third name has to be Marvin Miller, who led in organizing the Baseball Players Union and thus changed the game.
On March 5th, 1966, the largely ceremonial and ineffective Major League Baseball Players Association created the full-time post of executive director and appointed to it a veteran labor organizer, Marvin Miller.
Jose Ferrer, well, come on. He's been a tough customer. He's got 2 lefties to face here. First pitch swinging by Matt Olson is lifted high and deep into left field. And that ball's going to get all the way to the warning track at the wall for a loud out number 1, F7 in your scorecard. Olson just got underneath that one. He almost made this a 1-run game. I mean, a millisecond behind that pitch. So Michael Harris II stands in, looking for his first hit. First pitch is off the plate wide. It's 1-0. If we're going to make this comeback, it'll be Harris, Dubon, and then Riley. Yaz and Eli would be due up after that. It's 1-0 right there at the knees, 1-1. They put Eli into the outfield, and Mateo was benched with Dubon going to shortstop, by the way. The 1-1 swing, rips it up the middle. 2-hopper into the glove of J.P. Crawford. He'll get Harris with these, 6-3, and we're down to our last out. You wonder if that was the original plan or if Weiss was ticked off at Mateo for not sliding back into that base. So Ferrer trying to get the save. Braves are down to their last out. And Mauricio Dubon takes the first pitch, change up. Down and away, it's 1-0. Looked like it probably hit the zone, but they are out of challenges. Riley is on deck. He represents the tying run. I hope that that's what Weiss did, but it may have already been pre-planned. Swing and a miss on the 1-0. It's 1-1. I'd say that wasn't pre-planned, because if you were going to do that, why wouldn't you just have Eli White pinch run in that situation? The 1-1. In and out of the glove and off the mask of Pareda. Or excuse me, that's not Pareda anymore. That's Garver behind there. The Braves are down to their last strike. And my first gut reaction off of that is, if you think about that option, why wasn't Eli running anyways? Because Eli, much better base runner than just about anybody on the team. 1-2 count. Turns and kicks. Misses high, 2-2. He probably won't answer in the post game. I wouldn't think he would. By the way, Braves Country today will come your way. Friday night is the 2-2 off the plate, 3-2. Friday night, Braves Country today, getting you ready for Braves Dodgers. That's a 10-10 first pitch. Braves Country Today for you country club members, coming your way at 5:30 Eastern on Friday. The payoff pitch swing, slaps it down the right field line, just foul. And I mean just foul. You couldn't have slid an index card in between the ball and the line. So close. Just a few inches to the right. And quick timeout as they want to have a powwow between Fair and Garver. If Riley can reach, or excuse me, if Dubon can reach, Riley will come to the plate. The payoff pitch, caught looking, strike three, and Dubon wants to challenge it. You might as well. It looks like a strike, but you might as well when you consider, well, you know what? This may have missed. We'll have to see. Just got it. Maybe by 5%, 10% at the most of the ball hit the zone. Good close there by Fair, and a great series with the Mariners. That was a hell of a series, y'all. The Braves lose 3-1. It's a tough series loss, but it's a good baseball team on the road.
This sucks, and it's horse but I'm too polite to say anything, because I'm a class act.
There isn't anything to do. We're done. We're licked. What do they do to us? Right now, we're caught as we're wanted. If it's amusement you're after, I guess the game's up.
Man, it's all over with.
Oh, what a loser! So goodbye, everybody, and remember, please, for the next day or so, the terrible lesson you learned tonight.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Braves lose a tough one, 3-1. Perez gets the loss. His ERA is still only 2.38. It was the offense that just couldn't get anything done with Wu in the pen. And Ferrer gets his second save of the year. He's got a 1.89 ERA. And the Braves will fall to 26-12. The Mariners will improve to 18-20. And your Atlanta Braves will take tomorrow off. We'll get reset for Braves versus Dodgers. 5:30 Eastern for you country club members. And we will see you then on Friday night, 5:30 Eastern, Braves Country Today. We'll go over the Dodgers series. Braves lose a tough one. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Atlanta. 3-9-0 for Seattle. Back to the drawing board. We go to the Dodgers. That's the bad news. The good news is it's Chris Sale night the next time I talk to y'all. We'll see you. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, There was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With the smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart, goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.